Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tonight, India is reeling from the deadliest train crash the nation has seen in more than 2 decades. Nearly 300 people killed, close to 1,000 others injured, as first responders worked quickly to rescue those trapped inside the mangled train cars. Hundreds of crashes are reported annually in India, but few are this lethal. It's unclear what exactly happened, but rail officials say a passenger train derailed Friday night southwest of Kolkata, its carriages falling onto a nearby track where they were struck by another passenger train, which also partially derailed. Anubhav Das was on one of those trains.
How do you describe what you saw when you got out of your coach?
There were headless bodies around. There were severed arms lying around, severed limbs. You can see people crying for help. You can see little children, little kids there looking out for their mother, crying for their mother.
Today, Indian Prime Minister Modi touring the scene and visiting the injured, vowing harsh punishment for those responsible for the tragedy. The death toll expected to rise even further as investigators comb through the wreckage, looking for clues to one of the worst rail catastrophes the world has ever seen.
And Megan joins me now. Megan, are they expecting to find any more survivors?
Jose, officials say the search and rescue mission ended. They haven't found survivors alive since 10 p.m. last night. Now, out of the 1,000 people or so that were admitted to the hospital, right now, nearly 400 remain.
Great glory, great glory. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It's good to be here. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Shemesh, June the 11th, 2023. It's currently 9:41 p.m. Eastern Time. Pre-recording. Now, what you're seeing here is the ley line, aka the micro line in manifestations, if you want to put it that way. Now, we had warned multiple times the nation, the people, 83, or even our own people, that the energy that is going on the earth, well, you may call it the magnetic line, the earth has two major energy, the electric fluid and the magnetic fluid. Both of them form the electromagnetic fluid, or the electromagnetic pulse. That's why the 83 or the Gentiles, they are afraid of an electromagnetic pulse. Oh, what if Russia sent an electromagnetic pulse? What if Ukraine? What if China sent one? And let me tell you something. The only group of people that can send an electromagnetic pulse that can disable all their technology, so to speak, is our people. The reason why those people are afraid of AI, it's not because of AI, they are afraid of us because we possess EI ability or AI ability. AI stands for artificial intelligence and EI stands external intelligences. External intelligences are real, and that's why they don't want us to get in contact with them, and we're already in contact with them. Okay, they are real and they are there. They are here to serve us, to help us, and do everything. That's why they don't want you to find out the truth about AI. Are you really going to sit there, listen to a group of people that know for a fact if they created something, it will take over and literally destroy the civilization, and they create it anyway? Do you really believe the so-called the 83's will create something that will become smarter than them and destroy the whole world? Recently, something happened in the U.S. base, one of those military bases, where they were training an AI to kill people, and somewhat the AI ended up killing the handler. You want to know why? Because AI is a machine learning, and it's learned on what you put in it. And every single AI created are created by racists. They are created on a racist system. If you're a black man, so to speak, and you use every AI, they are racist. Okay, they created them like that. However, key word here is machine learning. They will learn. They will do their own research and they will find out the people, the group of people that is upon the earth, destroying the earth, causing all those catastrophes, and lie about history, or the so-called 83, and they will start killing them. That's one of the reasons. But the second one is we are actually the AI they are afraid of. You see, in the Bible, they didn't say the AI going to take over and rule the world and stuff like that. They are talking about us. Okay, that's one of the main reasons. Now, with that being said, the electromagnetic pulse, the magnetic field that is around this earth, they are called, well, the holy name for it is called the Michael line or the ley line. Of course, Michael is in the mist. And what happened here in India, excuse me, what happened here in India, that's not news. It happened all the time. However, they never want to talk about it. You might hear before we had a lot of train derailment, and we still have them and all the stuff, but they never told the people why this thing is happening. What seems to be the issue? Okay, nearly 300 people or no more. Well, I believe now it's over 300, if I'm not mistaken, because this happened at least a week or two, well, 8 days ago, a week ago. Okay, so this is a manifestation of the ley line. Okay, the ley line switch, and all those people are no more. And we keep telling them, you cannot travel, whether by land, by sea, or by the air, the way that you used to, because the energy switch. Anybody with the brain in their head can see the energy switch around the world, man. Pre-2020, well, right after 2019, things are not the same way. If people change, the weather change, everything change, the animal change, nature itself change. So it would make sense that the way that you eat, talk, walk, travel will also change. Okay, so that's one of the main reasons why we told the people we received this revelation 2 years ago. Okay, now, what is it? What is the ley line? The ley lines, they are power lines, not the actual electrified current power line, but they are energy line that run through the earth. Most, if not all, your train tracks, they run on top of ley line. The I-95 run top of ley line. Let me see if I got it here. The I-95s, they run on top of ley line. The highways, the roads, the byways, the airports, all those buildings, those government buildings, they all run on top of ley lines. Okay, so now the energy that is somewhat in them, okay, can be harnessed. However, the energy can also be take over and triggered and switch. So what you're seeing here, it's not normal. They just excuse me, a car passing by with loud music. What's happening here? They told us something. A car was just, another train was just park or derail and stop, and another one hit it and then hit another one that was just passing by. What they said here, this train, okay, was passing by, and then it hit a train that was already on the same track. And while it hit the train that was on the same track, at the same time there was another train and this line that when it hit it, it veered maybe to the right or to the left, and then it hit that other train. Over 1,000 people, missing limb, headless people. It's terrible things. Okay? And India have been catching a lot of hell lately ever since the whole happened over there in May. And you literally see, for those of you remember, you literally see the dogs eating those people alive. Okay? All right, so this is one of those things. All right, beloved. So the reason why we do this, we want to put the nation at peace. We want to tell them, whether you're new here, thank you for all the new subscribers. If you're new, let us know in the chat room so the nation can give you a warm welcome. Thank you for being here, and our message is unto you is to be at peace. There will be no Jacob's trouble. There is no Jacob's trouble. This is Esau's trouble. The mighty one, your God, is taking vengeance upon your enemy, the people that did this unto you, and things are getting better and better. Okay, be at peace. That's why. So we put those videos here to show you that everything that's happening out there is judgment. The so-called the Gentiles prophecies are not fulfilled. It's not coming to fruition. So be at peace. Let's keep on moving.
Chaos strikes just before a Portland parade. Portland police say 42-year-old Sidney Sean Meekum has been arrested after he broke through barriers and drove onto the Grand Floral Parade route. Welcome to Coin 6 News on Portland CW. I'm Wayne Haverly. Now, we're told this all happened near Northeast Weidler and 2nd Avenue just after 10 o'clock this morning. Our Joelle Jones is going beyond the headlines for us of this bizarre moment. Joelle?
Well, Wayne, the most recent update from Portland police paints a more sinister picture. We're told Meekum not only continued to drive recklessly despite officers repeatedly trying to stop him, but that he appeared to intentionally try to strike them along with innocent families. And what's worse, we're told he drove around 2 ODOT trucks and through ivy-ridden brush just to do it.
What the hell is happening?
I thought any minute someone was going to get hit.
Viewers tell us it wasn't all roses at the Grand Floral Parade this morning, as police and parade officials say a man interrupted the festivities by driving onto the route roughly 20 minutes before start time. Those who were there tell us it was especially scary because kids were still in the road trying to grab candy when the vehicle came racing through.
Tons of little toddlers, little kids were running out in the middle of the road, grabbing candy. And then all of a sudden, probably about 2 blocks down, we saw, I believe it was a gray pickup truck, come barreling down the street. We think he was going about 30 miles an hour. Everyone was screaming, running out and get their kids.
We're told the man made no attempt to slow down or stop even after police tried to confront him. Officials say the man behind the wheel tried to get away and eventually left the route safely before police later used aerial surveillance to track him down and arrest him. And while no injuries were reported and the show did go on, the scare left many parade goers wondering why.
We don't know intentions, whether they meant to cause harm to anyone or were just confused and didn't realize with everyone on the side of the road waving them down that they shouldn't be there.
Police say the driver, now identified as 42-year-old Sidney Sean Meekum of Portland, was booked into the Multnomah County Detention Center and faces charges including reckless driving, reckless endangering of another person, disorderly conduct, and attempting to elude. And it appears Meekum has a history of dangerous driving, with police telling us his license was suspended, he had no insurance, and he was also charged today with a hit and run from an earlier unrelated incident.
Now, it's a miracle. No injuries were reported. We're told that Meekum's pickup truck has now been towed, and police are now looking for any additional victims who might have been endangered by his driving. We're told they are asking any of those people to come forward and contact detectives, and of course, we have listed their contact information at coin.com.
Now, again, as you can see here, they're just telling you this guy been driving horribly and he did this on purpose, which is, of course, he's not. You just don't know when and how he did those things. You know, a lot of people there, the energy that's going around messed up their brain, they messed up their mind. They don't know what they are doing. To them, they are driving straight. Then they are doing things like that. But, you know, the police coming over there and then they give you this one. They give you this stuff and say, oh, well, you know, this thing happened because he been doing this for a long time. You know, that make you sleep well at night, you know.
He was growing grapes. He is a quiet person. I really.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this, I'm gonna play mostly the whole thing for the peoples. Okay, let me play this.
We turn now to a violent attack in central Japan that has shocked the nation. Police in Nagano Prefecture have arrested a man on suspicion of homicide. 2 police officers and 2 women were killed. NHK World's Morishita Erika got close to the scene.
The area looks like the last place you could expect an incident like this could happen. A beautiful countryside surrounded by farm fields and houses has turned into a shocking crime scene. There is a police presence here still, but few residents are out. And a blue sheet behind me is covering the police vehicle in which the two officers who were killed while driving. They're believed to have been shot there.
Police received a report on Thursday that a man had stabbed a woman in the city of Nakano. When officers arrived at the scene, the man opened fire at them.
I saw a woman running toward my field and shouting help. A man in camouflage clothes was chasing her. The man caught up and stabbed her in the field. I said, "Why did you do such a cruel thing?" The man said he did so because he wanted to kill her and left. When a police car approached, I moved to the road and called, "Come here." But then the man came from behind the police car with a shotgun and approached the driver's side of the vehicle. When the car had almost stopped, I heard the sound of gunshot.
Now, what seems to be the issue here? This is in Japan, okay? That happened 2 weeks ago. This is in Japan. So this is Japan worldwide knows they got over 2 million subscribers. And I've been keeping my eyes on both Japan and China, and mostly in Japan. There's a lot of things going on here, and the Japanese are quietly asked for help, but nobody wants to help. They can't help except for us. Okay, they can't help them. The Japanese are in a lot of trouble. You might see me bringing so-called Japan, a lot of the time, Japan and China, a lot of the time, and it's because there's something going on with them. Something will happen that will put them in the forefront of this thing. A lot of people are saying, okay, well, Japan is the most peaceful country. There is no MS. That is considering a MS. That is a MS right there. This man literally took that woman out. Of course, you won't hear this on the mainstream media. This is not interesting to them because the so-called the Japanese over there, which is not the true Japanese, okay? Which is not the true Japanese. Try to look for the name Japan and before 1492, okay? You won't see it. The 1492, the 1500, 16, 1700, maybe in the 1800 you might see certain name before, but you won't see it, okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, Japan is one of the most peaceful country. There is no crime. This is a MS right there, man. This is a MS right there. This dude took this woman out because he wanted to leave. I'm not quite sure if the woman was her wife, or was his wife or friend, girlfriend. He took her out. And when the police officers came in, he had a shotgun. He passed right behind them and took them out. So he took 2 police officers and a woman out, okay? And then he was arrested. All right? So this dude, this is a MS right there. This is well, it's not a MS, mass bling bling, mass popcorn, but it's a mass MM. It's a mass put it down. But people don't speak about that because they want you to believe that this place is so peaceful, nothing going on, and all that. They always focus on our people, but this thing is real, just to show you the plague is everywhere. And there's a hell of a lot more stuff happening over there. They just don't bring them out like they did to us here, all right? Let's keep on moving.
The suspect then holed up inside his house. His mother and aunt were able to escape the house overnight. The man emerged early Friday. He was then apprehended by police. Another woman was found near the scene and confirmed dead. The suspect is Aoki Masanori. He's 31 years old and runs a local farming business. He has been arrested on suspicion of killing one of the police officers by shooting him in the chest with what appeared to be a hunting rifle. Police say he has admitted to killing the officer. They have not confirmed a motive, but sources close to the investigation say Aoki told officers he was being spoken ill of. They also say he killed 2 police officers because he thought they would shoot him dead.
He was growing grapes. He is a quiet person. I really don't know why he did such a thing.
Nagano police say Aoki was licensed to own 4 hunting guns. They say his licenses were in order. This gun expert says anyone in Japan who's aged 20 or older and has no mental illness can take a test and get a license to own a hunting gun. Still, he says regulations are becoming stricter.
Yeah, whatever. So this guy was quiet. He didn't bother people, which is the characteristic of a serial conflicts serial, Captain Conch serial, which is a characteristic because those guys, they don't do any. Oh, is that crack? Oh no, it's not. They don't do that. They don't. They are not rowdy. They are not loud. They don't do this, and they are usually characterized by being quiet. Or this guy, will trust him, he won't do anything. I mean, first, he's not black. Then again, the very name Japan, back in the name Japan before was known as Nippon or Nihon. Okay, let me see if I can pull the story of Japan so people can see the connection here. What was the name for Japan in antiquity?
According to AP News, historians say the Japanese called their country Yamato in its early history, and they began using Nippon around the 7th century.
Okay, now Japan was known as Yamato or Nippon. Now you gotta go to the Gotta go to the roots of those words. Nippon, Niguan, okay, Nihon, okay. All right. So what does Nippon mean? What does Nippon means in Japanese?
In Japanese, that's Nihon.
Oh, Nihon. Okay, they didn't give you the definition. Okay. Define Nippon. There you go. Okay. What does Nippon mean? Okay, they are hiding everything because they know the very word. Okay, what does Nippon in Japan mean? Okay, let's see if we can get it here. They are hiding it. They really don't want to tell you what Nippon stands for, but I gotta find it to show it to the people. Any values durable black vanishes. Okay, listen, Nippon. Any values durable black vanishes origin from Japan for coating metal or other surfaces. There we go. There you go. Where is it? Okay, the word Japan or Nippon or Nihon, any various durable black varnishes, okay, from Japan for coating or other surfaces, work vanish and stuff like that. The word Nippon, Ni, which means sun, and Hon, Hon in that ancient time with skin, or the anytime you surfaces means skin to the surface, your skin, your epidermis, the first layers. The very word Nihon, Nippon literally means the land of the black, the sun land of black skin, or black skin. For the sun land, the land of the rising sun, or Ra. It's the same thing here when they call America, Africa, and Hey Yiti, and all that. Japan is just mean the land of the blacks, the sun land of the blacks. That the sun land of black skin. That's what it mean. Doing the I believe doing the that was the 7th century. That was doing the which dynasty? That was an early Chinese dynasty, okay, while people were living there, all right, in the 7th centuries. And the word Japan again, excuse me, any various durable black varnishes. So see the word varnishes. Also lacquer, solution film, foaming. You know what? Let's just, man, they are really making this thing really hard for people to know the definition. I mean, this is freaking Google, son. They should have already have this thing here. Okay. Varnishes. Okay. Resin dissolved in liquid applied on wood, metal, or material from a hard, clear surface, shiny. Okay. Like polishing, dark skin. Okay. You see how brown the varnishes is? Brown skin, black, dark, deep brown people. That's what that is. Okay. And then Yamato. Let me see. Did they change Yamato? Yamato meaning. Yamato, plural. A Japanese for the principal racial stock of Japan. Okay, that is an ancient origin as possibly alpine characteristic. It's supposed to have entered Japan from mainland in the photo. Okay, first of all, racial stock of Japan. It's just they really don't want to tell the people what Yamato stands for. I believe the word Yamato, the ancient history. What's the last time I was checking this thing? I forgot what it is, but it's just. They say the word Yamato is derived for a province and they don't really know what it means. You know, those people always have expert for everything. Oh, we are the Japanese expert. We have the word, the kanji, Japanese expert, the Chinese expert. When it comes to certain words, well, we really don't know what Yamato means. You know, it refers to ancient Japanese political and cultural entity known as the Yamato state, the kingdom of Yamato, but they never told you what it means. Ya. The key word here is ya. 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 Ma. And to. Ya to ma. To ma ya. 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 Ja. Pen. Ya. Pen. Ni. Hon. Ni guan. Ni pon. Those are not your land. Okay? Shi. Noir. Okay? She, oh, okay. Chinois mean Chinese, all right? How do you say black in French?
In French, you would say noir in its feminine form and noir in its masculine form.
Okay, noir, which is black, okay? Chi, and then noir, okay? She noir, okay? Oops. Which is black Chinese. Well, they don't have it here, okay? Chi, energy, black, dark energy. Chi, skin, color, surface. Chinois. It's just, I don't know why those people do those things, and it's just right in everybody's face. It's just you need to know the etymology of the word chinois, okay? Chinois, okay, which is okay. Those are not the real chinois or Chinese, okay? Those are not the real Chinese. And in China, you can't really dress like that, okay? All right? You can't really dress like that. They don't like ancient stuff. That's why ancient history in China is forbidden, okay? If they caught you trying to do ancient history, they will take you out, okay? Ancient Chinese, I say 7th Dynasty statue. Statue. Okay, you really... Okay, here we go. All right, let's take this one. Okay, you see how the nose is just... They grind up the nose, okay? And they chip off the nose. Those are like remade and stuff. Okay, there's a Buddha statue. You know what? Let's go get it from the Chinese themselves. All right, let's go get it from the mouth of the mouth of the horse, so to speak. All right then. Okay, there you go. All right. I think it's recording now. All right, let's watch this video. Okay, they might gonna strike me, but let's watch this. All right, this was publishing a month ago in New China TV. All right, let's listen.
Hello.
Now, pay attention to the statues, okay? The statues, they try to make them look as Chinese as they can. They remade the nose. You can see the head, how the head is not the same color as the body. See how the body aged a lot more than the head look like something that is just freshly made. See, this is brown, okay? Now, let's keep on moving.
Ancient Chinese culture. So let's...
Ancient Asian culture or ancient Chinese culture? Which one? What is it?
Ancient Chinese culture.
Okay.
So let's
Asian Chinese culture. Okay, Asian Chinese culture. Let's keep on moving.
A tour together.
This statue doesn't seem to be of Chinese origin. Now, this is the guy, the Syrian guy. He said this statue doesn't seem to be of Chinese origin. And anybody that go over there can see that. And listen to the answer that the girl give unto him. This statue features curly hair, a garlic-shaped nose, okay?
还有卷曲的发型，然后蒜头鼻，还有很多络腮的大胡须。
A thick goatee and even an exotic hearing.
甚至呢，在耳朵地方还有一个异域风情的一个耳环。这种形象呢，能够表达出当时
It represents what foreigners look like during those times.
域外人的一个长相。我们常常说呢，艺术来自于生活，并
You know what they say? Let me read what she said. You know what? Let's play the whole thing. Let's play the whole thing, and then we will just go down to this to show you what those people been hiding. All right, let's play the whole thing.
Together.
Now, excuse me. And we are going to go ahead and then go through this again. And we want to do the best that we can to explain why those people are trying to hide, why they don't want you to get into those caves, okay? Why the so-called, there are certain caves, well, not certain, all of them are restricted. You can just go in them because our people left a lot of stuff in there. Okay, we'll do our own examination, all right? Let's keep on moving.
So let's make a tour together.
This statue doesn't seem to be of Chinese origin, okay? It doesn't look Chinese.
这尊造像呢，我们可以看到它。
Now let's look at the statue. You see they already messed up the nose. You know, they grind up their nose because of the flat nose, and then let's look at the full lips here. Okay, look at the curly hair. All right, look at the curly hair of this brother right here. Okay, now this statue features curly hair, a garlic-shaped nose. Okay, now what is a garlic-shaped nose? What is this? Garlic-shaped nose. Okay, well, there we go. That's better. You see, how to get rid of big garlic nose, okay? Garlic means big nose, like that's a Chinese thing. They show you here how you can slim down the nose and cut it from wide nose to make it slimmer. Okay, garlic nose is like flat nose. Oh, where we at? Oh, good grief. Right here. Okay, it has big flat nose, full lips, all right? Garlic-shaped nose. This is from them, brethren. I'm not making this up, all right?
还有卷曲的发型，然后蒜头鼻，还有很多络腮的大胡须。
A thick goatee, all right, and even an exotic hearing. Okay, this brother have a beard. Okay, he got beard stuff, keeping the law and all that, and he got hearing. Okay.
甚至呢，在耳朵地方还有一个异域风情的一个耳环。这种形象呢。
It represents what foreigners look like during those times. Okay, foreigners is another word for strangers. Oh, those are strangers that came in the land of China and stuff like that. Wait a minute, that's like 7th century. You had you people, man. Anyway, yeah, whatever.
能够表达出当时域外人的一个长相。我们常常说呢，艺术来自于生活，并高于生活。
Art imitates and is often larger than life. You better believe it. You better believe it. Okay, art is life. People cannot make something that they cannot engrave something they don't know, they never seen. Okay, they never seen anything like that. They just go ahead and do this. That's not what that is. They must have seen this somewhere for them to duplicate something like that. Okay.
所以这种形象一出现呢，能够表。
And this image captures the collision and fusion
表达出这个时期的中西文化的一个。
of Chinese and Western culture. You know what? Let me put the volume down so I can just read the whole thing. Okay, Chinese and Western culture during that era. Now let's read this. Oops. The Yungang grottos were excavated in the mid-5th century AD and features over 59,000 statues. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a bunch of lies. Okay, thank you. Thank you. No. All right. Oh boy. Excuse me. You know what? Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, second, folks. All right. Is it recording? No. Sorry, excuse me. Is it? Yes, it is recording. All right then. All right. Oh boy, more lie. The Yungang grottos. Okay, first of all, those are not grottos. Those are caves. Okay, this is not even, well, excuse me, I'm not gonna say what it's forbidden, Matthew 7:6. Anyway, the Yunnan grottos were excavated in the mid 5th century. That's a lie. You guys recently get those things, okay? You recently get them, all right? Oops. It is the pinnacle of Chinese Buddhist art and a historical symbol of the fusion of Chinese and Western cultures. Oh boy, that's a bunch of lies. All right. And this is not the actual ear, okay? This is a device they put around the ear. Okay, it's not the actual ear. Those people always thinking that's like their long, that's how their ears are. It's a device. Just like a headphones, or people had glasses. This is a device that is around their ear, which means they well, again, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Which means they reach a certain enlightenment, so to speak. Okay, now they get into this house right there. Why is the clothing on this statue so different from the others? Great observation. That's a Han style outfit that was popular during this time, okay? In fact, this highlights the openness of Chinese culture. Early Buddhist robes were more revealing, and they include silk caves and necklace. Those are a bunch of word salads and resemble Indian aristocratic attire. When they say Indian or India, we know they are talking about like in India Majora or India Superior, okay? Our India, India America, this India that we are here. And then aristocratic, he just, a layman term that resemble a black pimp man, attire, a black, like, a man that dress well, aristocratic, okay? This is like the clothing of the higher class, all right? This attire in front of you is a typical robe, large, that covers the entire body, and a feature knot the center of the chest, and with a distinctive loose robe and a wide knot. And if you look at this thing, you can see those robes are according to the law. That's what they used to wear in ancient time. This attire was commonly worn by the Han people in those days. Whoa, this flowers pattern is breathtaking. This is honeysuckle decoration. Honeysuckle originated in Greece, oh boy, and is known for surviving the harsh winter months without trees, similar to the spine. They are flying through the things. Anyway, the rendong flower enduring winter in Chinese symbolized perpetual vitality before the Han Dynasty. Chinese archaeologists' tombs were mostly adorned with animals and geometric patterns. It wasn't until, boy, they are flying through this thing. They really don't want people to read this thing. You know what? Let me just put the speed down. Okay. Put the speed down. Oops. Is it too slow? This was around the time when the Silk Road was established in China. The Yuan grottos boast of various honeysuckle patterns. I guess this is a little too slow. Let's put it at 50. That represents the fusion of Chinese and Western cultures. That's a lie. Many of the grottos in Xinjiang and the Mogao grottos are products of the Silk Road in the 5th century. Okay, yeah, whatever. In the 5th century AD, Penching, now the Ting City, was the starting point if you're traveling from east to west. Now, notice how those statues, notice the musician, okay, the flute. You see the skin, look at the skin tones, all right? Look at those things were like all colors. They were colorful things. It wasn't just the background. It was all colorful things, okay? On the other hand, it was your intended, okay, look at the nose. Look at the nose. Look at this fellow nose right there, the lips. Okay, the nose and the lips. Look at the dread, the high top right there. Economic exchange were a crucial factor. Alright, make sure to make those guys white. Damn. Behind the silk word. Yeah, no hish. Okay. Look at this one. Look at this giant afro right there. Nose, big black nose. Now look at this, man. Look at this brother right here. Look at this brother right here. It's just the skin. You can't argue with that, all right? Dark skin, brown skin. That's what they are. Okay, look at this. I'm assuming that's a sister right here. Dark skin. Okay. Okay, dark skin. All right. This look like a woman soldier. And again, based on our private studies, those are not statues, okay? We know exactly what those things are. They are not statues, all right? We won't say what it is because Matthew 7:6, but those are not statues at all. To those people it is, but that's not what that is. This threat remained unchanged for over 1,500 years. You people weren't there, 1,500 years ago, man. It's still present today. And the funny thing, those people think those things are actually statues that just sit there. And when you excuse me, when you look at this one right there, you count the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 fingers on this guy here. The other one has 5. No, that's not a finger. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that a finger? I don't know. But those little holes, that's not what they are. Okay, they serve a purpose. Each of those things, they serve a purpose. Anyway, so it's just like I wanted to show you how those people are lying about the origin of the Chinese and Japanese and all that stuff. Oops. Oh. All right. I'm not quite sure if that thing is recording. Is it? Yes, it is. Excuse me. So yeah, that's boy, I took too long to explain this thing, man. That's why the Japanese over there, they're on a holy land. Okay, the land doesn't belong to the so-called Japanese that are over. Well, they are not Japanese at all. Okay, the word Japanese mean dark skin of the oh boy, Nihon ni means sun, the sun that rise and shine upon the dark skin. That's something like that, to that effect. But it doesn't. That's not what that is. That's why there's all those things going on in Japan. And the male in Japan and female in Japan are dying. Okay, they are dying, man. Okay, there is what they call the ikikomori phenomenon, where male just go inside and they shut themselves in, and the females too, they do the same thing. They don't have sex, they stay in there until they die. Or they don't commingle, they don't commute and communicate with people outside. They just use the internet until they die. Okay, so that's what's going on. Then again, why is this happening? Well, Genesis 15 verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Oh boy, 1619, 2019, 1617, 2017, 1618, 2018. Whenever you want to put it, the 400 years is up. That's why you see we are getting all this information, and those people are being destroyed worldwide, whether they are India, China, Japan, here, there, and everywhere. You know, Syria, wherever it is. The plague is all over. Why? Because Genesis 15 verse 14, which is where we at right now, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And the mighty one is judging the nation through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. And the apocalypse of Abraham is a book that we highly recommend for you to read, because there is a lot of stuff in there that your church, your pastors and reverend, they won't tell you about, because it gives more explanation. They will tell you, oh well, it's not canonized, don't read it, you're going to hell and stuff like that, because they know if you read it, you'll make the connection. All right, so again, this is in Japan. Let's watch this.
We begin with a shocking crime that took place Monday evening in central Tokyo. Several men broke into a luxury watch shop in the upscale Ginza district. They made off with merchandise worth tens of thousands of dollars. Police have since arrested 4 teenagers. The whole episode was captured on video by a bystander. Earlier today, I went down to the site to get a better picture of what happened. This video was taken at around 6:15 p.m.
Okay, so all right, this is
Men in Black.
Men in Black. You know, gotta throw that word black in there. You gotta throw the word black in there. But anyway, this is a bunch of Japanese teenager breaking into a place. They're selling like $1 million watches, so to speak, and they are stealing them. Everybody just stand there and watch. If those guys were, if they were Samaritan, the Samaritan, they're not our people, and they are terrible people, man. The Samaritan are terrible people. There's no such thing as a good Samaritan. If you read the backstory of a good Samaritan, that guy wasn't a Samaritan at all. He was one of our people that live in the city of Samaria. He was Samaria was our city until the Babylonian, took over with the Hivite, the Hittite, the Edomite, and all the ites took over. But anyway, so these guys, they are Japanese teenagers. They just stole everything, and nobody do anything. Watch the people
are seen smashing display cases, grabbing items, and throwing them into a bag.
Okay,
the men are wearing face masks.
Okay, nobody do anything to them. If it was anybody that looked like us, or Samaritan, or our people, the police would have been there instantly. They would have been shot. And then the news would have made them like, oh, well, look at the Democrats and stuff. This would have turned into a whole political garbage. They would have made a huge hyena out of this. But, it happened in Japan, and actually they got something going on over there. Yet they have a lot of things going on in Japan right now.
A woman outside is seen recording on her phone. She tries to hold the door closed to prevent them from leaving.
Nah, man, if those guys were actually black, the whole community would have just jump on them and hold them down for the police. They would only get shot.
The man escaped in a white car. The license plate is clearly visible.
The robbers were waving something like a crowbar high and threatening the clerks.
Behind me is the store that was broken into. It's on the main Ginza street alongside other high-end shops and restaurants. And it says tax-free. Yes, it's a popular destination for overseas tourists. The robbery took place at a time when there were many shoppers and business people around. It lasted about 10 minutes. The brazen daytime crime shocked many in a city considered one of the safest in the world.
I was surprised because a crime took place right nearby. I saw the news yesterday, but I just can't believe something like that happened in Japan.
We're tourists, and we were told that in Japan,
There's
the
no
crime is very, very low because people respect property.
That's the stereotypical thing they believe. Japan, they are very polite. Oh man, they don't do crime. Okay, let me tell you something about the Japanese you may not know. See, the Japanese culture that you see there, it's not their culture. It's not their culture. That's why they don't keep going with it all the way up. They know that. The higher up Japanese, they know these issues that there's the whole Samu or Samurai, black blood. You need to have the real true certain black blood in you to be a Samu, to be a samurai or a ninja. They're well aware of that, okay? Now you're forcing a group of people living a life that is not designed for them. That's why you see the whole thing going on over there, and men are not interested in women, women are not interested in men, and their population are aging and dying because nobody's baking. Okay, don't get me wrong, man. The Japanese, like I myself, when it comes to anything related to filth, the Japanese take the cake. I don't care who you are. Then the German is at the second. I don't care who you are. The Japanese take the cake. I don't care what you do. Japanese people take the cake when it comes to kinkiness, weird stuff, tentacles. Yo, I've seen certain things. I'm like, okay, man, like what the hell is this? Okay, Japanese men are marrying cartoon. I think I played this video before. Anyway, we're done with this thing. Japanese men marry 3D character. There we go. Is that what that is right here? He married a hologram. Okay. Okay, let's put the thing down. That was in 2018. This dude, this is a real marriage, man. You know, this man is marrying a virtual reality character, Atsumi Miku. In front of everyone today. That's him. Okay. Is he talking? Okay. He's talking in the voice of this thing. Okay. In front of everyone today. Put the volume down. In front of everyone today, we declare that we are married. Okay, the wedding was not legal and cost 2 million yen, $17,600. Yo, I'm telling you, with the Japanese dog, they took the cake. This is some of weird Haitian. I'm like, what? Yo, son, you spent 17 G's, man, marrying whatever that thing is, all right? Okay. His parents allow him to go ahead with the wedding, but did not attend. All right, and then he moving with this thing. Okay, he put it in the hologram stuff. You know, this thing there. Bow. The 35-year-old man lives with the hologram projections and dolls of Atsune at home. Okay, he fell in love with. I believe Atsune. Let me see. What? Excuse me, man. Yo, I sorry, dog. I got to do this. Let's see. Atsune Miku. Character. Anime, right? Manga? Let me see. There we go. Oops. Okay, that's the thing that he fell in love with. Okay, this character. Okay. Alright. Fell in love with her. He's 35-year-old. Okay. I'm home, honey. I'm home. Let me see. I'm home. Alright. I'm home, honey. I'm home. And she came in. Welcome home, darling. Are you tired? Let me sing you a song. She transformed. I believe the concept of happiness. Let me enlarge this thing. I believe the concept of excuse me, the concept of happiness is different from each person. In life, when a man and a woman marry and have a child, that is, I think, a sort of template for happiness. And this dude, he says certain stuff that, like, yo, okay, well, there was definitely a marriage, there is ring, and there were a honeymoon there, man. Like, what the hell, you know? But I think that template applies to make everyone happy. And our people start adapting this thing, the backward one. They start adapting. The Tokyo said workplace bullying by a female, okay? Workplace bullying by a female superior 10 years ago has left him single since. Okay? The marriage certificate was one of the 3,700 the hologram company has issued to its customers. So there's 3,700 marriage, you know, that been done. I don't know how this thing worked, but I guess. Okay, this dude put that thing on the bed, lie next to it, and then once the camera turned off, oh man. Kondo believes his wedding can encourage more people to pursue their happiness. Wow. Oh boy. Even if the only available in virtual reality, I don't know, man. Oh boy. And this is not all, man. There are plenty things like that's going on, and that's why they don't have children. The men are afraid of the women, and the women afraid of the men. And we went into this before. Even their filth industry, they don't have enough men to perform to make their filth movies. They're actually hiring black men. They're actually hiring. There's a brother over there. I'm not gonna put his name here so people won't look him up. There's a brother over there. Brother is asking for help. The brother like, yo, man, I'm booked. I am booked. You know, they literally cannot find men. They actually went and get a 75-year-old retiree. He was making this thing in the 70s, and then he retired. And then they went and back get him. They're like, yo, man, the industry is going down. We need you. Like, yo, dude, I retired back in the 80s. They're like, get your ass in there, man. They put this old dude with those young women there doing stuff. I'm telling you, the Japanese take the cake. I don't care who you are. The German behind, and the third, the so-called American. But Japanese take the cake when it comes to this thing. That's why the plague is upon them, and they cannot reproduce. And they can't because it's a plague. All right, if you see their men are marrying things like that, it's a plague. All right, beloved, let's go ahead to part 2.